What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another live. If you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe if you find the content helpful. And I want to thank you all for being here. So, I want to talk about how the narcissists need you to comply with their behavior. And just want to point out some of the things they do that will kind of gaslight you into thinking that you're thinking wrong. Because, that's what gaslighting is. The narcissist wants you to think that you're overthinking or you're overreacting or you're always taking something the wrong way. When in reality, they are the problem. And everything you think of that can possibly go wrong with a narcissist probably will go wrong, especially when you're in a relationship. I just want to talk about how the narcissists have a really bad habit of pretty much doing whatever they want to in front of you in a disrespectful way, and they don't care how it makes you feel. So they try to trick you to think that maybe you're insecure, or they may question you like, why are you questioning them? They try to make you think that what they do is normal behavior and you're taking it the wrong way. Maybe you need to loosen up and lighten up a little. And their jokes are very dark. They don't really know how to joke. They don't have a good sense of humor. They have a really dark sense of humor. And the things that they find funny most of the time is humiliating to someone else. They get their kicks off of watching someone else get embarrassed or humiliated or disrespected. And that's why it will never work out in a relationship with a narcissist. Because your narcissistic partner will always find the time to put you on the back burner, but at the same time, keep you right there. And they want you to just accept their behavior for whatever it is they do. They want you to think that it's normal, and they know what they're doing. And what I mean by comply, of course, with their behavior is to just pretty much go along to get along, accept as is. Don't ask any questions. If you don't ask, they won't tell. But they know deep down inside that your mind is like, you know, this is not normal. And I shouldn't have to deal with this. And I shouldn't accept it. But it's going to take you to come to the point of deciding for yourself what's not good for you anymore and what you refuse to accept. Because narcissists, they will take the disrespect to another level. They just downright don't care. They'll be with you for the rest of your life, but they're not gonna pretty much put you first and treat you as they should. Narcissists are very selfish, and they carry those ways wherever they are, even with you right there by their side. A narcissist will pretty much flirt with someone right before your eyes, and they don't care. But you know what they'll do? They'll gaslight you into thinking that you're overthinking or you're being insecure or accuse you of being jealous for no reason at all, just because you're with them then that automatically means that you don't have nothing to worry about. That's what the narcissist wants you to think. And they can kind of pull it over on you because it has worked for so long. But deep down inside, you know that that's unacceptable. You just subject yourself to their behavior because that's all you have for the moment. But you deserve more. And a narcissist is it's not where it's at. Like it doesn't stop with a person like that. There's so many other good people out there to get involved with, to even just be a good friend and companion with, somebody you can talk to on any day. Being single and at peace, knowing you don't have to go through all that, is way better than being in a relationship, in a toxic relationship at that, with someone who does not consider your feelings. They will never put you first. They want you to think that they're putting you first because you're with them. A narcissist, say for example, you pull up to the gas station, they get out the car to go in the store. And as they walk in the store, they hold a door for a female. As the female walking in, they taking their time checking them out. And you know what they looking at. They checking them out, looking at all the curves. And they know that you're right there, literally feet away from them. And you can see what they're doing. You can read their body. I mean, you know them. You've been with them long enough. You just subject yourself to their behavior for so long that the narcissist has got comfortable enough to continue to disrespect you. And then as they hold the door for this lady and they go inside the store, the narcissist, let's say the store could be, you know, a perfect lit store, you know, and you can see at the checkout counter how your partner, is flirting with this chick. Like you could see it. And he know that you're right there, right outside the store in the car, and you could see it. He knows that you probably looking. You getting the eye full because at the same time the narcissist, he get his kicks off knowing that you can see his bad behavior. He get his kicks off knowing that you're accepting it. They get a high off being in control. And so far, since you really haven't made noise about it in a way that you should have, they're going to continue to do it. That just gives them more of a reason to continue their behavior. And so the person may be like, hold up now, aren't you with somebody? You know, they're going to point it out, but they don't care. They might be like, well, what that got to do? I mean, you don't know who. They could be telling the person you don't know who that is. That's how narcissists operate. They're different to everyone. They are denying you in your face. They're claiming you to be just a friend, maybe even a family member. Oh, that's my sister in the call. They don't care. If they cared, they wouldn't have been so disrespectful. Now, ain't nothing wrong with holding the door for someone, but it's everything that comes behind it. Just like I mentioned in the last live, how the narcissists, they get so comfortable with the things they do that pleases them. They get sloppy and they don't care who sees them. They don't care who's watching. They got their eyes on the prize. They just trying to get their hands on something and they don't care how you feel about it. Bottom line, they don't care. But they want you to comply with their behavior. They want you to accept it. Don't question it. They want you to play a role and stay in your lane, the lane that they feel like they created for you. I made you believe me in the beginning. You got comfortable. Now you're here. And this is the game we got to play. You agree to the rules. And they make rules as they go. Narcissists change the game along the way all the time. That's how they use gaslighting on people so much, to make you think you crazy, or I didn't say that, or where did you get that from? They'll tell you you probably need to go seek therapy because something ain't right up there. When the whole while you not imagining things. You heard correctly. You heard them right the first time. You're not crazy by a long shot. And they know it. But that's the game they gotta play to keep you. And all along you have the power to remove yourself, to end it all. You can throw everything off with this narcissist just by leaving, by making one decision, and that's to leave. And it may not be able to happen overnight. It ain't always easy like that, depending on a person's situation and their relationship with the narcissist. It takes time to sit down and strategize like they do and come up with a plan. It may not even be a perfect plan, but it's a start to just sit and think about how much better my life will be if I just leave, if I could just get out of this and never look back. Because Lord knows I deserve so much better. This is not what He wants for me. So why am I here? At the end of the day, you're going to realize you're only doing it to yourself. Now, if you're married, if you're married to a narcissist, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because they're not going to want to let up easy. They're not going to let you out the marriage. That's their way of, keeping you and staying in control. They're going to keep pushing the date back, you know, to meet in court or whatever, to sign the papers. It's going to always be excuse after excuse when it's really not. They get their kicks out of stringing you along, dragging you behind them, and wasting your time to fulfill theirs. That fulfill their needs just by knowing that, well, I really, they can't, nothing can happen for them until I decide it. That's how they think. They're just that arrogant enough to believe that they're entitled to do things in that way when it's not right. And they're not entitled, and what they do is dead wrong. That's why you got to really sit down and gather your thoughts on how you gonna do it when you decide to get out. Because they gonna put up a fight and it's not gonna be an easy win. You're gonna win in the end, but it's not gonna be easy. It could take years before you become officially free from the narcissist. But it's worth every minute of it. That freedom, it's hard to explain unless you've been through it. You got to know what it feel like to say, like you will never forget what you went through with the narcissist, but the freedom is something that'll help you kind of forget more. Like you don't even, to the point that you don't even want to think about it. Because with the freedom comes peace and healing, and all of that go in together. That's going to be a great thing for you. You're not going to be dwelling on the past. At times things will come up. You'll have those thoughts and memories and bad memories of what you had with them, what you went through with them. But for the most part, you got your future to look forward to, a positive future to look forward to. Even on your bad days, you'll still be doing good, narc free. But back to how the narcissists, they need you to comply with them. So, when you Finally decide to question the narcissist, confront the narcissist about things they do that hurt you, that makes you uncomfortable. It's when they will make you think that, you don't have a right to question them because they're going to bring up all the things that they have done for you. Narcissists love to pull that card. We went out to eat. I thought we had a good night, and you're bringing this up. Man, I had a long day at work. I just want to relax. That's the stuff they do. Forget about what they just did about 5 minutes ago at the store with you flirting with this woman right here in my face. Because all I should think about is you had a long day at work. Well, so did I. And I don't feel like putting up with this disrespect from you again. But you're making me deal with it. I mean, you want me to believe that I have to accept it. You could only blame yourself for dealing with it to a certain extent again, because everybody's situation different. And I know if many people could just get up and just leave, the toxicity, they would. But it ain't always that easy. But you got to think about it. Just like they can play with your mind, you can play that game right along with them, because that's all they want you to do is go along with them and play that game. They need you to play a role of acceptance. They want you to accept everything they do without any pushback, no back talk. I don't want to argue. Why do we have to go back and forth about this? They already know they're wrong. They just messing with your head. They want to drive you crazy so that you can't focus, you can't determine, what should be acceptable and what shouldn't be, and what's right. And they want you to just completely lose it behind the things that they do. And that's a lot on a person. That's a lot to take on top of maintaining a relationship, playing your part, you know, and giving what you should as a partner to meet their needs, but they don't do the same in return in a way that respects respects your mind. They do the bare minimum, and they love to just throw it back in your face. And that's to throw you off from everything that you already know is not right, and you shouldn't have to deal with it. They know you shouldn't have to deal with it. They they do those things just to dodge accountability. They're gonna say whatever it takes to dodge taking accountability. That's how they operate. And they ain't doing nothing new. So you have to be the one to make the biggest decision that's gonna throw the whole game. And that's the best part right there. That's the best part. That's the part that they can't see that they coming. You could start to get excited for yourself. Once you sit down and really think about it and really come to terms, and you gotta be real with yourself and make that the final decision that this is it. I can't go no further. I gotta give it up. See, you know what you about to do. You know the move you about to make, but they don't. For a long time, they were the ones who pulled your strings and made you do as they wanted you to, move how they wanted you to. They can predict what you're gonna do. They could predict how you're gonna respond to things, because it's kind of like they've trained your mind to think that way. So they already know what the feedback gonna look like. But now Since you got a plan, the master plan to get on up out of there, they don't see that date coming. And when it comes, they're not gonna take it too well because they're not gonna know what to do now. They're gonna be scrambling. They're gonna completely lose it. For a long time, something that they had so much control of. I mean, just think about it. Once you lose that power, you don't know what to do with yourself. And they need you to comply with their decision making to do some jacked up stuff, even to other people. They want you to sit by and watch them and be in agreement and be the witness that, hear no evil, see no evil. And you know that that's not you. It don't sit well with you. That's not the kind of heart you have. They know you have a lot of empathy. They don't. And y'all have always been a mismatched couple. Like you just don't go together. You just got yourself stuck in a situation that you're not quite comfortable in. I won't say you comfortable. You're there because you just haven't made your mind up to see the brighter side, to see a better way, to see the better you and what you deserve. And you deserve better than that. And they know that too. The narcissists know what they are doing. And they know when you know. That's why I say it's best to move in silence. Like when you come up with a strategy, when you really have made your mind up to get out, you gotta confuse the narcissist. The narcissist is the enemy. You can be sleeping with the enemy. Yes, they're still the enemy. You gotta confuse the enemy and make them think that everything is normal. But don't be too artificial with them because they're gonna start looking at you like you normally be sad and stuff. But now you just got the smile on your face because they don't know what you got going on. They don't know what the plan is. So this might kind of have them questioning you. So don't change up. Don't give them too much of the idea that you got something up your sleeve. Don't get out of the way. They don't deserve that. You trying to get out of that. And you will. Because you got to keep telling yourself that you deserve better. So now you got to put you first. They wasn't thinking about you when they were flirting with people in front of your face. When they were trying to tell you that you just insecure and I don't want to talk about this. They will even threaten you that, see, this is the type of stuff that makes me not want to come home. Like, how could you say that to me when everything you do it to hurt me without a second thought. And I'm just here, just existing, like just taking up space, just for your pleasure. For what? You can't be too happy with me because you always have your eye, on someone else. They got that the grass is green on the other side syndrome. So it'll never be enough for the narcissist. And all of them are like that. But they still try to convince you that you're the problem. You're the reason why they don't want to come home. And that's to make you comply with their behavior. Oh, well, I didn't mean to upset you. That's what they want you to say. That's how they want you to act. I ain't mean to upset you. I don't want to argue either. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. You ready to eat? That's all they want. They want a damn maid. They want you to wait on them hand and foot, deal with what they do, and just shut up. Just accept it. I don't want to hear it. And they always have to be in charge. And you may be paying most of the bills. They wear the pants and you paying all the bills. And front and pretend like they do so much more than you. They may only work a 5-hour job doing nothing, sitting. They may do security, sitting down someplace where they never really have to get up and do nothing. It ain't really no action going on for them to even break a sweat throughout the day. And you may be the one busting your behind, working 12-hour shifts, still trying to make it home to do something that pleases them. And they don't even consider that because they are selfish. They're very self centered. They don't care. So you just found yourself stuck in a very unfortunate situation. That's not a relationship, it's just a situation that you're going to get out of in a matter of time. Just give yourself some time to get it together before you make that big move. Because you don't want to make a sloppy move. You don't want to make noise with it. You don't want to be emotional behind it to the point that you tell them your plans. You just want to make a smooth transition and quietly. They don't need to know nothing. Send them a message, send them a letter anonymously, let them know I'm out of here. And I ain't never coming back. And I've had enough, you know. That's how you got to deal with the narcissist. Because they will never have respect for you. And they will never love you properly. They only love what you did for them. You were just convenience. They come around on payday. A lot of times when they don't come home, it's going to be an excuse. I got drunk. I didn't realize the time. I was with my homeboy. Just stupid stuff. Like very immature. Like, what? You ain't in college? You a college boy all over again? They have college kids more mature than narcissists. They about handling business, getting to the studies and getting good grades. Like, I'm trying to get about this class and move on to bigger and better things. I'm trying to handle business. Narcissists, they don't think like that. They never grow up. Like they call it the Peter Pan syndrome. They never grow up. Forever immature. And that will make you just like feel like, am I with an adult or am I raising a child? And you might not even have children with them. Thank God for that. But if you do, it's like you'll be raising not only the children you share with the narc, but you'll be raising him too, because they act like children. They have temper tantrums. They give silent treatments like they storm off in the room and slam the door. Just do stupid stuff. Just to make you think that you overreacted to something that they ain't have no business doing. And don't look for a genuine apology because we all know how it goes. Because if you pull the reverse, the silent treatment on them because you just drained, and sometimes that happen, and you just don't have, you just done. So you don't even feel like talking. You just don't have no energy for it. That's when you may get a little something out of them in an attempt to apologize. But you don't need that fake apology. You don't need them. You don't need the little weak apology. You don't need none of that. You just need to get out, get away from them as far as you can, as quickly as you can. Because they want you to abide by their rules. It's their way or the highway. And even at times, they will let you think that, like, okay, so, they want to know your preference. So, what are your ideas, your thoughts? What's your opinion on? just to come back and tell you, well, I don't think that's right. They want you to feel bad for having an opinion. And I can't stand when people gaslight other people. Sometimes I'm on other content creators, like in their live streams, and it's like I notice how people really don't know what an opinion is. People can have a different opinion about anything. What is it to you? If it's not taken away, if it's not making or breaking you, why are you so mad that someone feels different from you? If it's not affecting you in any kind of way, especially in a bad way, like all what they say goes. That's the narcissist mindset. And I don't know why, because why are they in a relationship with someone? It's just crazy to just think of how they think. Like, psychologically, what are you thinking? You shouldn't want to be with someone who's just like you. You should want to be with someone who's different from you. That gives you something to be more interested in. You don't need to be with somebody who likes the same, like, what is going on if you like the same thing I like? I want to be able to learn something from you, take some, and they should want to feel that way about you. But they're selfish and dumb at the same time. Because if they were smart, they would want to learn something new. They would want to, see different perspectives. It doesn't always have to go one way. It's like being in a relationship with a narcissist is like a dictatorship. Never really have the freedom they want you to think you have. You're really in a game with them, a game that they created until you decide to quit playing. Oh, hey, Kyra. Yep. Say, even if it is your so called family. Yeah, same thing with family. Anybody, family, friends, associates, co workers, neighbors, strangers at the gas station. Anybody. Yes. Not limited to anyone. It could be your children, siblings, parents. Shoot, I got stories to tell based off real life situations with people that I know. And I've told a lot of it on this channel. Sure did. Not afraid to speak the truth on what I've seen, what I've witnessed, what I've been through. Now, I'm keeping the names out. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you nothing but the truth when it comes to what I've been through, what I've seen. I ain't telling you about what nobody done told me. hmm But the narcissist, you got to get those handcuffs off you, because it's like you get to the point where you might be afraid of the narc. You don't want to stand up to them. You don't want to make them angry. They're gonna pull that "I'm leaving," and then you're gonna be like, they cheating. They finding somebody better than me. They don't love me anymore. You know, I wish I was better than I am. I wish I was stronger than I am. It's gonna just have you questioning yourself. You're gonna be all in your mind, thoughts all over the place. And that's what they want you to do. That's like, it's like they're punishing you to train you. They punish you to train you to think a certain way, to behave a certain way in response to their behavior. And it's like they're going to put you through a test. So the next time they do something that's downright wrong and disrespectful, they want you to just accept it without any negative feedback. They want you to just sit there with a smile on your face like they're doing nothing wrong. And if you find yourself stuck in that situation, they really did a job on you until you finally realize that this is not normal and I don't have to deal with this. And you're in love with the idea of the person, of the narcissist, and who you want them to be. Because you really fell in love with the person who don't even exist in them. They pretended to be a certain way for a period of time to get you. They knew what they were doing and they know who they got. But the thing about it is you're gonna always be that person they met, except you're gonna be stronger, you're gonna be better, you're gonna be more vigilant, you're gonna be no zero tolerance, no nonsense, but you're gonna still have that big heart. You're gonna still be full of empathy. Dealing with narc abuse, it does make a person stronger. Sad to say, it puts you through a lot of hurt and pain. You're going to take some losses, but it does make you stronger. And it's like, Lord, I had to go through this so I could become a stronger person. This is what you had to put me through so I could toughen up. Okay. In the end, you're going to thank the Lord for it because now you're going to be fearless and you're going to be ready to face anyone. And not in an arrogant way, like, with your chest poked out, like you just like, you looking for trouble. Not in that way. But it does strengthen you. It helps you stand up to people who try to put fear in you, people who try to boss you around, you know. Just like on these jobs, there are managers and then there are bosses. And then there are bosses who manage properly without being bossy. I talked about that a while back. The difference is they got a lot of narcissistic managers who are very, very bossy. And they mess with your head as well because you find yourself just trying to please them. And they know you're doing everything right. They know that you go above and beyond. They know that you're the jewel in the workplace. But they get their kicks out of knowing that it's something so special and like you're their best supply. And they know that if they lose you, they'll be taking a big loss, a huge loss. So they have to train you to comply with their behavior, even though there are policies in place to where you're supposed to be comfortable enough to go to them in case you feel like you're being mistreated or, this is not the way things are supposed to go, you know. But they have you to the point where you're even afraid to do that because you're going to start feeling like, who can I trust? Because in some jobs, it's like everybody is in it together and you notice it because you you think that you can go and, they have these open door policies and you think that, you can go in and just lay everything out and be protected, but you're not. Because this person is friends with this person and they friends with people at the top and this one related to this one and all that type of stuff go on in the workplace. So it's just, it's a huge chance you take when you're working in these companies and in these systems, because a lot of the systems is like they put their self together to operate in a way they already have a plan in place to keep a person where they're at. They don't want them to elevate, get better. They're afraid if they get better, they're going to get better than them and outshine them. And that's what they're afraid of. And that also makes the narcissist jealous. And it makes them envy you, and it makes them vengeful and destructive. And they come up with a plan to sabotage you and hold you back, lie on you, create false narratives, keep you in a place to where you never grow and elevate and um you know seek promotions. You can seek the promotions, but you may not get it, even though you good for it. And they know it. They know you good for it. They don't care. They want to keep you there because it feeds their ego. They get their kicks out of knowing that they can rule you. And they know that you're afraid to do anything different. And that could be the self-pleasing side of you, which is a bad trait to have because you're holding yourself back. You have to develop a strong sense of security and that boldness and that mental boldness to say, you know what, even though I already kind of know what I'm gonna get, I'm gonna go ahead on in this office and just get it off my chest. Now I ain't saying I'm gonna go in this office and let them have it, especially if you know that you still need the job. It's just ways of dealing with things in order to maintain peace, and your sanity, because you cannot focus if you don't have your sanity in the workplace. Like I find myself, and I really do feel like this has to do with working with, you know, these people in these toxic environments. And I've been doing this for 24 years. I find myself feeling like I have become ADHD. And I've been looking for like books and stuff and things to just start writing down, you know, my thoughts and just journaling my day or my plans so that I could kind of stay on top of everything, not too much ahead, but just enough to where I don't feel overwhelmed about the day before me. So, and my daughter was like, "You are not ADHD." I'm like, I'm telling you, I be watching TikTok and there's this guy that says, I think it's called I forgot his name. I hate when I forget people's name. It's a day in the life of someone with ADHD. And I remember when I first started getting into his videos, I was just crying like, that's me. So I really do believe that narc abuse, it has that bad effect on people. It leaves you with like feeling like, dang, I don't know, you just develop a lot of forgetfulness. It causes forgetfulness, And I even, was overthinking a little bit like, okay, let me stop thinking, let me stop reading, and it's going into, my mind going here and there in the wrong direction. Like, this is not early Alzheimer's. Relax. You just be having a lot on you and you be overthinking because you want to make sure everything is right. And like, wait a minute, who am I doing it for? Oh, the narcissist that I work. It's like it always come back to the narc. And dealing with that for so long, you can develop it. I really and truly believe that a lot of people may not agree with me. That's fine. That's just my thoughts on it. That's my opinion. So. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because I didn't mean to go off until I start talking about a whole nother thing. But yes, narcissists, they want you to comply with their behavior. Once you notice the signs of that, when they constantly just pretty much shoot you down from everything you call out, and you know what you've seen, and you know how you feel, and you know that this is not normal, yeah, that's when it's time for you to get out. I mean, you've been there too long anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get off this live, y'all, and thank y'all for watching. I had more viewers today, maybe because the live was a little longer. I normally try to stop at 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to get into a little longer lives. I'm gonna push it probably to an hour the next time. I mean, we'll just play it by ear because I don't like to ramble, you know. But I would love a little bit more engagement. Y'all tell me about yourself and tell me where you from, where you watching from. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below if you find the content helpful. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.